this video to be like a reminder to you that healing is not linear, okay? So if you are on this journey and if you are working on yourself, if you're trying to heal, if you've been doing some things, you tried certain modalities and you felt like you improved yourself, and then you find yourself in a triggering situation and you overreacted, or you reacted from your old patterns, your old triggers, and you remained it in the situation, you went back into how you would resort and resolve the situation before. I want this video to be like a permission slip for you, and for you to understand that healing is not linear. So even if we are working on ourselves constantly, there might be, and there most likely will be, some setbacks. There will be some tests. There will be some situations coming up for us, trying us, testing us, and seeing how we will react, how we will resolve the situation, how we will choose differently or remain in the same. And if you have been in the situation after doing some work on yourself, and then the situation came up and you resolved it into the same way how you used to react before, I want to give you grace, okay? Because this is okay. The most important thing is that you caught yourself in that and you realize that you repeated the same pattern, okay? So this awareness is already a huge chunk of work. Once you recognize the pattern, and even if you react same way, you have a big massive advantage for the next time this pattern will come to you again, and you will have the choice to choose differently. Okay, so you always have the choice to choose differently, and this is actually how we progress, how we switch timelines, how we remain on the path of how we want to become, who we want to be. We choose differently. You know, even me, I have been on this journey for years and years and years. I have done so many things, inner work, trying to heal myself, working on myself, becoming better, becoming more evolved, becoming more conscious, and still in this day I get caught up in situations where my patterns come to the surface and where I resolve into the old ways how I would react. But the thing is that now I have this awareness. And I understand that, oh, this is the pattern resurfacing. I can choose differently. I can react differently. Even if it's not today, tomorrow it might come up again, and then I will choose differently because I am already aware of that. I am prepared for that. And I also want you to let you know that in these situations when we are triggered, when something is coming up for us, it's 99% of the time it's emotional reaction. Okay, so when you get caught up in the emotion, it's much different than the logical responding, because in logic we all know how to react, how to not react, what to do, what's the best by our logic. But in the emotions it's different. So we need to adjust to that. We need to get used to that. We need to get used to getting caught in the moment and choosing differently while we are in that reaction, while we are in that anger, while we are in that trigger, while we are in that uncomfort and discomfort. That's where the power lies. That's how we can change. That's how we can shift timelines. Okay? And again, like I said, if you today, yesterday resorted again in the same way how you used to react, but you are aware of that, you are already ahead. Okay? So you are already ahead in the sense that next time you will have this switch in your head, and you will be like, there will be a split second where you can be like, okay, let me choose differently, even though this is super uncomfortable. This is super uncomfortable for me not to react, not to get angry, not to shout on someone when they piss me off. But it is there, the awareness, even if you don't start reacting like super, how you wish to, but you can at least stop yourself from reaction. Okay, so if you remove yourself from the situation, even if it's for a moment, 5 minutes, you remove yourself from the situation. You tell to the other person who triggered you, listen up, I need 5 minutes, I need to gather my thoughts, need to gather myself. Can we continue this after 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you need? And if this person is understanding, they will of course give you that, because no one wants to go around and hurt other people. We all trying to do our best, but we can only do our best with what we know, what we've learned, what we've trained ourselves to do, what we rewired. So we need to give ourselves grace. So if you're on this journey and you are still feeling like, okay, nothing is happening, I did so much inner work, I did so much meditation, I'm meditating every day, I'm doing hypnotherapy, I'm doing breath work, I don't know, and still when I get into the trigger, I overreact. Please pause for a second and realize and remember how much work you have done and how much it's different, because you have this awareness of how and where you are reacting. And even if you don't do the perfect thing, the perfect outcome, the perfect scenario that you wish to one day, where you will get eventually, but you can at least remove yourself from the situation. You can stop yourself from overreacting. You can just pause everything and say, I need to gather myself. You get back to your body, you get back to your nervous system, you try to regulate yourself, you try to get back into yourself so you don't react from your wounds, from your patterns, from your triggers. That's all that there is. We all have our wounds, our patterns, our triggers, and we just need to be more aware of where we are letting them run the show. And when we are letting them run the show, there is the moment, there is the place where we need to bring ourselves back to safety. We need to bring our body back to safety, to understand that no one is here to attack us, no one is here to hurt us. We just need to get to the safety in ourselves, and then we are able to move forward with more clarity, with more ease, with more resolution. We come to the agreement, we resolve the situations.